Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tabba. Ma agna anhu waluhu wa ma kasaba. Sayasla naro dhata lahaba. Ummahatuhu hamalatu hatabe. Fi jidha hablum min masadin.
Ramadan, another Ramadan, another Ramadan, Ramadan, another Ramadan, another Ramadan, another Ramadan.
Another Ramadan is refreshed by Coca-Cola, nourished by Checkers Custard,
and seasoned by No.
Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi, wa man sara ala nahjihi ila yawmiddin. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. All praises and thanks are due to Almighty Allah alone without partners. And may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon the noble messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I welcome you all once again to the season finale of the talk segment of another Ramadan TV series. I remain your beloved brother, Muhammad Saeed, and of course alongside me, my sister.
I've been your host with the most all through the season. My name remains Mariam Kuku, and it's been a privilege to have, walked this journey with you.
It's been an exciting journey
Yes.
for me. It is sad that this is coming to an end. I wish this can just continue every day.
That's what this is like the normal feeling every time we're coming very close to the end of Ramadan. There's that journey that you just feel comfortable in and you don't want it to go.
Yes.
Because the moment it goes, there's possibility that we are back to,
yeah. And this should be the default setting.
It should be, right? But the human in us, the human factor, there's always comes to play. That always comes to play. So that's why people are sad. That feeling of is Ramadan just keeps you in check, just keeps you going. But the moment is no longer there. It's just, but alhamdulillah, it's been a fulfilling one, even for us on the show.
Yes, it has been a thought-provoking and spiritually enriching discussions over the course of the series. As we conclude this season, we turn to a topic that is often overlooked by many. People don't like to talk about this topic, and that is intimacy.
You want to shake the table
in the marriage. Yes, we want
as
to shake the table.
we wrap up.
Yes, we really want to shake the table. And of course, we have a scholar in the building, a therapist, a marriage guidance and counselor, and he's already in the building. Before I unveil him, I would quickly like to go on a break, and when we return, we will continue. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
In Ramadan, we are all connected. We all have the same empathy towards one another. We all feel the same rush to catch the moment of iftar and walk into the same special home-cooked meals. Every Ramadan, we are one when we fast, but not always when we break fast. This Ramadan, let's break fast together. Coca-Cola, real wonder.
Checkers custard na da saukin damawa. Sanya checkers ɗinki cikin kwano, sai ki zuba ruwa ki dama shi, sai ki zuba tafashashen ruwanki a kai har yayi kauri. Checkers custard sumul yake, gashi kamshin sa na jan hankali.
Mama kin gama ne?
Nemi ainihin Checkers custard don gina jikin iyalinki kullum da wannan ɗanɗano mai gamsarwa. Checkers shine ainihin custard.
Yes, so you're welcome back. Wọ́n ní àwẹ̀ tán ojú ti kíni, ojú ti àjọsán. It's the end of the season. I don't even know how to feel, but it's okay. You're welcome back. It's the grand finale of the season 3 of Another Ramadan TV series.
Yes, back again in the studio is our brother. He is a marriage guidance and counselor and a coach. He is Ustaz Abdul Latif Lanre Abdullahi, aka AsSudaissy, back again with us in the studio. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa
It's good
barakatuh.
to have you back again.
Always nice having you.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that is very sensitive, and a lot of people are shy away of talking about this: intimacy and etiquettes and tips for marital intimacy in Islam. So, and that brings me to the very first question: the role of intimacy in strengthening marital bond. Now, what are the steps that needs to be taken Islamically when you want to engage in intimacy, and how can you nourish that aspect of your marriage life as a couple?
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May His peace and blessings be upon the noble Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, the companions, and all of us that are trying to follow them till the day of judgment. Looking at several verses of the Quran talking about marriage and the significance of marital intimacy, we'll be able to understand the place of intimacy in an Islamic marriage. One of the verses of the Quran that we must not fail to discuss is Quran 2 verse 187, where in the noble month of Ramadan, it was a verse that was revealed regarding the situation of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam during the month of Ramadan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in this verse of the Quran, أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ لَيْلَةَ الصِّيَامِ الرَّفَثُ إِلَى نِسَائِكُمْ هُنَّ لِبَاسٌ لَكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ لِبَاسٌ لَهُنْ. This statement is great in the sense that it was an expression that means that husband and wife are so close to each other. So some of the writers said closer than the garment. That is, husband and wife are meant to wrap into each other. So this is an expression used by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because, there are some statements that are not meant to be in the Quran. So idiomatic expressions. So in a way that only the wise people would understand. Apart from that verse, there is another verse of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Nisa'ukum harthul lakum fa'atu harthakum anna shi'tum. This verse also means that your wives are a place of cultivation for you. So approach your garden as you wish. Some of the scholars said this verse means that husband and wife can have intercourse through different styles and positions.
Not just
So
missionary.
not just missionary, as some people think that
it
if
is.
you have intercourse through other than missionary position, then you have sinned. In Islam, there's nothing like that.
Can we break it down? What do those other styles that are allowed beyond the missionary?
Okay, thank you very much. The most important thing when it comes to this topic that we are discussing is for us to know that we are trying as much as possible to prevent ourselves from falling into that grievous sin that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to as shameful deed and a wrong path to follow. There are two major restrictions when it comes to sexual relationship between husband and wife in Islam. One, when a wife is menstruating, it is a no-go area for both parties. They should not engage in penetrative intercourse, though they can do some other things. As the Prophet ﷺ said, do everything illa nikah. You can do everything during a woman's menstruation except the actual penetration. Then the second major restriction is not to have intercourse with a woman through the anus. It is not acceptable under the Sharia. So these two things are very important for us to note and move away from them. But apart from them, there is hardly any other restriction when it comes to this matter, except those ones that people are now bringing into the Muslim community. For instance, the issue of having threesome, combining two wives together on the same bed, is haram. You know, the Sharia does not specifically say it that it is haram. But there are evidence from the Quran and the Sunnah telling us that it is haram.
Yeah,
because there is no way they would do it without a man or a woman looking at the aura of someone that he or she is not expected to see his or her aura.
And for our viewers, aura means private part.
Yes. The private part of a man or a woman. And it may not also be private parts. There are some part of the body of a man that another man and another woman should not even see.
Yeah, Sheikh, still on the other.
No.
In a situation where the wife is sexually active than the husband, how can these two go about this? Now she's frustrated that he is not performing up to her satisfaction. Let me say standard, her satisfaction. Now, what can she do?
Okay, the first thing that I will first say regarding this is who actually diagnosed that the wife is better than him sexually. Before we can conclude that the libido of a woman is higher than that of the husband, they need to see a therapist. They need to open up to a therapist for the therapist to be able to understand their problem. It may be a situation whereby the husband is not well educated when it comes to intimacy. I can tell you for free that there are some men today that do not even have erection, so to say. And they are still doing well with their wives because they use the alternative means of pleasing their wives.
Which is?
Let me come clear here. Men need to understand that one of the most important things that women desire when it comes to marital intimacy is foreplay. And when we talk about foreplay, penetration is out of the table. It's not even on the table.
Completely out of it.
Yes, that is why it is called intercourse.
Yeah.
Not inter.
Yes, not intercourse. So this intercourse that we are talking about is foreplay. What is wrong with men today that they are always hasty when it comes to marital intimacy with their wives? Sexual intercourse between husband and wife, it is a job.
Yes.
And that is why men need to take this foreplay that we are talking about very seriously. And they should understand that this is the first thing that women need from them. what is wrong in a man having foreplay with the wife for 1 hour? What is wrong in that? Some people may think 1 hour is too much. In fact, some people 1 hour, okay. For where? Allah save us from it.
I mean, to build on the question
Yes.
she asked earlier about to what extent is halal, fellatio and cunnilingus. How do you respond to that from an Islamic perspective?
Okay, from the Islamic perspective, that is oral sex. It is the true position of the law is that some of the scholars said that it is haram. Some said it is makruh. While some said it is halal. But the position I hold is that it is halal if couples want to do it, but they must take precautions.
Now, Taib, I still have more questions here, but before I ask those questions, we will quickly go on a break, and when we return, we will continue, inshallah. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
In Ramadan, we are all connected. We all have the same empathy towards one another. We all feel the same rush to catch the moment of iftar and walk into the same special home-cooked meals. Every Ramadan, we are one when we fast, but not always when we break fast. This Ramadan, let's break fast together. Coca-Cola, real wonder.
Checkers custard na da saukin damawa. Sanya checkers ɗinki cikin kwano, sai ki zuba ruwa ki dama shi, sai ki zuba tafashashen ruwanki a kai har yayi kauri. Checkers custard sumul yake, gashi kamshin sa na jan hankali.
Mama kin gama ne?
Nemi ainihin Checkers custard don gina jikin iyalinki kullum da wannan ɗanɗano mai gamsarwa. Checkers shine ainihin custard.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. As we will wind down for the season, we're still having our conversations with our guests, AsSudaissy, and we've been talking about etiquettes and tips for intimacy
in Islam.
In Islam, sir, you know, Islam is big on purification, big on cleanliness. Can you take us through the guidelines, Islamic guidelines, while you're preparing for intimacy in marriage? What are those guidelines that are important for you to follow?
Okay, thank you very much. Islam is a religion that values cleanliness in so many ways. So part of what entices a man towards his wife and vice versa is for both of them to clean up properly. And this cleaning up must not just be for the purpose of enticing the other party. It must be a culture of self-care. One of the consequences is the body odor and mouth odor. So there are people complaining that their spouse cannot kiss them. Why? Because what comes out of the mouth, merely some men, when you pray with some people in the mosque or you move clothes to some people, you will be surprised how their wives are patient with them. So with this, I do not mean to downgrade anyone.
Or offend.
We are teaching ourselves the ideal things. And this could be one of the reasons why your wife or your husband, as the case may be, is running away from you when it comes to intimacy. But beyond hygiene and self-care, there are many other tips that couples need to take seriously in their relationship when it comes to intimacy. There is a book written by a man called Gary Chapman. He wrote about the 5 love languages. I think all couples should try to understand this. The love language of some men and women is about spending quality time with each other. So you don't just come to a woman and say you want to have sex as if she's an animal. There are some messages that you need to send
signals
for her to get prepared. The same thing with a woman. You don't just rush to your husband that you need sex. No. There are manners of doing it.
Yeah, Bilal, you were going to say something the other time.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, what's the place of spontaneity in having those
relationships? There's a quickie.
And that's an exception to the general rule.
Okay.
The general rule is that intimacy has a process that should be followed, and it is a natural thing. So the quickie thing may come up once in a while.
Yeah.
Not always.
Not always.
But the one that we are talking about now is the general way to do things. Spend quality times together. A wife can dance for her husband in the bedroom.
Lap dance.
She can twerk.
Lap dance.
She can twerk for the husband in the bedroom.
Only in the bedroom.
Yes.
Twerking.
Okay. Perhaps when there is no one seeing them.
Yeah.
Maybe in the living room it can, yes. Yeah. But the home must be free for them.
Yes.
This is part of the Islamic ethics.
Yes.
For those who want to do some
In fact, I have a question burning from that. Most of these things you say bedroom. You can explore your house as long as you're not exposed to. Yes, nothing says you can't even have sex in your sitting room.
It is even
it's not allowed.
It is even one of the seductives that are mentioned in the book Garment of Compassion. Having intercourse at strange locations. Even if the car is convenient, there's no problem.
And it's allowed.
It's allowed.
The car is
it is
covered
convenient and it is in a garage, there's no problem. You see, a lot of people have many sexual fantasies on their heads. They are not
they can't explore.
Reasonably haram. They are not necessarily haram. So they can do it. What is not allowed for them to do is to do it wrongly. To do it by way of zina.
I would like to end it from my end with the situation of some men in our society. As a result of the things, the contents that they're exposed to on social media, they develop a low self-esteem, thinking that they have a smaller size manhood. And if any man hears this and he feels he falls short, what are some of the remedies, that such man can do to be up to the task? I mean,
that is if you affect the task.
Yes, that is. I mean, systematically.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
When it comes to sexual enjoyment for women, I can say that the most important thing to them is the stimulation of the clitoris. And even to have orgasm, no matter how some women are penetrated, they may not have orgasm until they are given adequate stimulation on the clitoris. I hope you get it.
Okay.
So, what is the need for
the
size and the length of manhood here? Though we have there are some women. I'm coming.
Okay.
There are women who value this, but there are reasons why they value it. After childbirth, women who go through vaginal birth may have this issue, and it may become serious as time goes on, that the vagina may not close up as expected for the husband to enjoy. She may not also really enjoy, but these kind of situations are not too many. And like I said, attention should be focused on the clitoris and not narrowing sexual intercourse down to penetration. This is one of the biggest problems.
Jazakumullahu khairan khaira jaza. We have gotten to the end of the show, the end of the season.
Of the season, yeah. And as we bid farewell to this blessed month, I think we should take a moment to appreciate, you and you that have, stayed with us from day one till now. Constantly watching out for this content. Also, your words of encouragement in the comment section. Yes. How you're taking, you find this show very informative and instructive in the way that you're working towards being better Muslims. Those words of encouragement also mean a lot. They keep us going. So we want to express our gratitude for sticking by us, for encouraging us, and to all our scholars that have been on the show. We want to say Jazakumullah khairan for the opportunity to share your wealth of knowledge with us and the Ummah at large. We want to appreciate all of our sponsors for supporting us, for constantly, being behind us solidly to say, let's keep this show moving. It's it's a very great word that is beneficial to Muslim audiences. Yeah. And we have constantly done that as well. We want to also appreciate our team.
Yes.
This thing you are seeing is a lot of work behind the scene. If you are in the studio right now, you'll see that we are more than 3. But you're only seeing 3. So those guys behind the scenes,
vote of thanks goes to them too.
It's a big one. They're constantly supporting the show and doing the great work. May Allah continue to bless us all. May Allah continue to increase us with wisdom. For family and friends, I think that I have a sister as well that supported the show with the outfit. I'm wearing one of it as well. Remy Wahab, thank you. Jazakumullah khairan. May Allah continue to bless your business. You see her details scrolling on the screen. Please, for your celebration, Eid, wears for the women, you can check her out at Remy Wahab on Instagram. And I think she has a website as well. Just check her out and, get yourself and for your daughters some really nice garment for the Eid celebration. Did I leave out anyone? We should thank ourselves now.
Yes. We thank Allah for sparing our lives till this moment to be able to achieve this, to give us the strength. We thank Allah.
That's the ultimate thing.
Yes.
Going to Allah.
Giving us this opportunity. It's been a fantastic journey.
Another Ramadan.
To see the end of this show. The 3rd season of Another Ramadan TV series. It's been a fantastic journey. And I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss everybody. Inshallah, may Allah spare our lives
beyond
the next Ramadan.
It's been an honor being a part of the journey with you as well.
Absolutely. On behalf of myself, my co-hosts, the guests, and everyone in the studio, we want to say...
And I think we want everyone in the studio so that I can hear their voice, even if you're not seeing them. You know that the voices there are more than 3.
Yes.
Yeah, so guys, from everywhere we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Enjoy your Eid.
Give thanks to Allah for the moon and the stars. Praise Him all day for what is and what was. Take hold of your iman. Don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. Welcome to another Ramadan TV. I'm a crocheter. My name is Jamila Kuku and I'm going to show you how to crochet like a young pro. These are my crochet materials, and I got this yarn too, and we're going to be using this yarn. These are my crochet hooks that I'm going to be using. This is how it looks like. And this is the scissors that I'm going to be using. First, we're going to get yarn, then look for the back of the yarn label. If you look at the back of the yarn label, it will tell you the recommended hook size. And the recommended hook size for this type of yarn is 4.5 mm. First, I'm going to get a 4.5 mm hook. And I've gotten my 4.5 mm hook. I'm going to get the yarn. But I'm going to be showing you this and many more tips on how to crochet like a young pro. Let me just show you what I have made. I've made this pouch, this hat for my baby cousin, this top, and a matching skirt. I'm going to be showing you how to crochet like a young pro, so don't miss out. Masalam!
Another Ramadan is refreshed by Coca-Cola, nourished by Checkers Custard,
and seasoned by No.
The holy month is here again, praising Allah day. From dawn to dusk, we fast and pray, we chant and put to chain. Bring out the lanterns, light up the dumps, we connect with the Quran. Do not even speak love your brothers and sisters. Revival forgotten Sunnah. The month the only Quran was real.